Welcome back, Kane Simon, to another film review. Always tough doing these at the L. It's been a lot more of these lately, but at least we had signs of life on offense, and it was a game we at least didn't have to leave until the end. But didn't get the job done. The first game, the defense really needed us to bail them out. We just weren't able to do it, even though we didn't have a bad day offensively. We just left too much meat on the bone. One of the greatest things that happened was the first play of the game. We drew up a concept trying to get deep here. We're shuffled up the middle of the field. TVD had some quick pressure, just went right upfield to take what he can get for like 6-7 yards. Instead of holding the ball, maybe putting the ball in harm's way, just took off. I felt like this was one everybody in the stadium was just looking like when he took off and did that. And obviously that's part of his game that we haven't seen pretty much since he's been hurt all year. Tough here on 3rd and 3. You could scream for a more creative play call. We haven't really done this formation all year, so I'm not going to be screaming that double stack formation with your quarterback and your receiver. Two tight ends. This is something they have not seen. That boy trying to jam TV. Look at that boy. Wrap that boy up. But it just the timing of this play doesn't really mesh well. Cohen doesn't really get to pool. Neither does Riley Williams. Just some bodies in the way of that. Man, I can't get it. Ooh, look at TVD. Get that boy in a split release and going outside. Ooh. Ooh, TVD might go outside. My fault. But back to it. Yeah, so this timing just never worked here. 70 gets not blown up, but just falls back, loses his footing, which slows up 88. And then there's an unblocked defender right there on that gap that I would assume 70 or 88 would have been responsible for in protection. So that's pretty much what held it here. You're going to have an unblocked defender coming right in this hole. I assume 70 was supposed to get there, but you have a defensive lineman that falls into traffic here. See there? Or knock 71 out of it or 88. Either one of those guys are going to go in that hole. So you can say what you want, but that was just blown up by Louisville because it was able to stop that puller. Not going to spend too much time on this play, but just know this is a reoccurring thing throughout the tape. Whether it was a tight end or a receiver, they were having them lined up in that little H-back roll or really tight condensed, and they were finding their way across the formation, post-snap every time for this little flat dump off, taking advantage of our aggressive nature. Our linebackers are all flowing. No one's out here. You look at our two linebackers. They're flowing in because of just how way we call our defense. West has this edge. Malanoa is supposed to secure this gap behind him to replace him. And then now you have this guy flipping through. So this cornerback here crossing man, a lot of traffic for him to get through, a lot to see what's going on. Doesn't know if the play fake. This guy could be blocking. By the time he shoots across, it's over with. But, man, they did some good things when it comes to that little simple dump-off pass. I was just happy James was okay because this is a nasty cut block. It's not illegal, but it sucks that guys can just go low on people like that. But, man, he got a piece of James. And it's this one-on-one situation with Cam on a tight end. He blows by him because he's expecting a run. So when he's beat, he's just trailing. Quarterback just throws it high up to the point. Cam recovers, but, big frame tight end is able to climb the ladder on him. This is initially because he just jumped for the run game. So he got a little bit of a head of steam on him. Then he was able to just recover that ball. Remember, just maybe like 2 minutes ago in this review, I was talking about how the H-backs and receivers, just crossing formation post-snap. Here on the end zone, just fake the block and just pull out. They did this few times with their tight ends, faking blocking, then pull out. Also, NC State had a little bit of success with this, so we're starting to see, okay, we need to get a little bit more communication, hands-on. But when you're faking the block, it's hard for guys not to just sell in on the run, and then just quick pop pass. But again, Louisville, I give credit to their coach. Now that we have to play them every year for the Schnelly Trophy, we need to be prepared because that's a good coach. He attacked our 3-3-5, the aggressiveness of it. He attacked when we adjusted from that. He's a good coach. We're gonna have to muscle up. This is just a good call against. Honestly, I could have seen Canes fans going home after this drive if we didn't respond. But the way we looked offensively, gave us hope. This was one of our better offensive games the last couple trips here to the field side. Man coverage too high. We do really well versus man coverage. It's been the thing all year. Here's Xavier Restrepo here. Great inside jab. It's going to get this guy to commit into the inside. Now he takes his outside leverage on the outbreaking route, creates separation. This is textbook one-on-one long throw, but it creates enough separation where he's able to get that first down yard. That's route running one-on-one, how to set up leverage from the release. So you see how he's outside shaded Restrepo. Shift them inside, so now you just switch the whole leverage like that. That's the route running and the technician that Restrepo is. A lot of things that people don't realize are in the course of the game. Money. They're in two safety, two man under again, but they're going to double Restrepo. They're going to go ahead and have that safety help over the top. That safety sits on Restrepo so he doesn't continue to gain depth. Here's Jacoby George turning that corner around, which you're going to see momentarily on this ball. Perfect ball. The angle, they both had to adjust on that, but the ball had enough air so Jacoby could, heighten up his angle. So corner chose to open up this way. I don't know why. Got turned around. Still not bad coverage. So TBD throws a little bit further outfield. Had enough air and not so Jacoby could run right under it. We going vertical. Which is great to see offensively. I'm telling you, everybody in the stands was just looking like. And to let this before I start glazing Mark Fletcher, because that boy is that boy. It's you have to just continue to shout out the tight end room. I wish statistically they would get more shine, but man, this is our true freshman right. This tricks bunch stacked real tight here. They're basically extensions of the offensive line. But one, Kobe Young, great job sealing here, but he's going against the corner. This is our freshman tight end, going against a edge level player, and then McCormick going against another, just literally sealing this right now. Here's a linebacker sealed through. Jalen Rivers washes down, seals it, butts the hole. Mark Fletcher does the rest, breaking these tackles. But, man, you have to give credit to these three. I love the fact that they gave them their shine on TV. But, man, that was picture perfect. Here's Jalen Rivers, butt to the hole. So there's Mark Fletcher switching through, breaks two tackles. He's on to the end zone. But man, that tight end room, bro. I wish they can get some catches, bro. We need to throw them a bone at this point. Wild here from Malinois' instincts here. Kiko again. We're in that 3-3-5 set again. We're bringing KJ off the edge. Malinois is coming up. He sees it's too easy. Then he follows the linebacker. I mean the old lineman. Excuse me. As he releases the tackle, he follows him straight to the ball carrier for that TFL. I mean, the instincts are crazy for 51, praying he comes back, but this might be some of the best middle linebacker play we've had in a long time. Kid of Kane with a little razzle-dazzle in his bed. Like, one of the ways to attack a deep drop in zone is to have a delay. So one of the more common methods is a flea flicker. We haven't really ran one all year. This is our 12 set personnel. You got your two tight ends in. This looks like a run play all day. You have Restrepo just shooting, shuffling out like a fake bubble. Gets that flea flicker back, and then Horton, who was carrying up the seam for the post. I seen everybody was like, "Oh my God, he's the only one to throw to Restrepo. He should threw Horton on the post." Let me tell you why. I understand. You guys just can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You think they had 10 people on defense? No, they had 11. He's way back here. He's over the top there. Trust me. I was looking at Horton the whole way. I thought it was happening. He did a great job of checking it back down to X. Fake, then release. Because now the coverage is upfield, and now it's just one-on-one with the sinking defender. You throw it to the back shoulder outside. Now X makes some extra yards after that catch happened. But great job here from the offensive coordinator dialing something up. Give his quarterback the chance to try to take it deep. It was never there with the alignment from the safety. That was way over the top. And then here comes X up the field. 2x2 set here with 4 wide. Bashard here in the slot. He's going to be in the action here with Restrepo running the mesh concept. So they're only going to rush 3, so they have numbers. They're manned up, right? And they're going to have extra drops in zone. So you have the extra dropper in front of X as he continues to go through. So that's not the guy who's guarding X and man. This is him. So he has all this traffic to go through. You have his own blockers in zone. You got his own man, following Bashard across. So that's a lot of traffic here. And then you have Fletcher on the wheel route that's clearing out that space because this guy's back's turned to Restrepo. By the time he turns around and sees what's going on, Fletcher does a good job just blocking for him. And there goes Restrepo jumping over the top. But just a well-called, well-executed offensive drive here. Louisville played more man than I thought they would, and we were ready to capitalize on. Good drive from Tyler, great job from Restrepo, and then Mark Fletcher, who was balling all game to help his boy get in the end zone. I'd be remiss if I almost left this out, but this was almost a kickoff return for a touchdown. Shout out my boy Andy. I almost thought that boy was Bosher for a second. I had to hit that real quick. That boy drive that boy to the ground. Hit my boy Andy real quick. I ain't gonna lie, saved a touchdown. Maybe Davis could have got there. He probably would have, but Andy was there first. Andy drove that boy to the ground. Was goody. Oh man, Andy got tape. Ooh, better show that the coach had died. My boy got tape out here. This hurts because over the years, this play has been super successful. No matter who's calling defense, just because we're usually aggressive. So they just call it at the right time, all out blitz pretty much. And you have that counter play, bro. Every Kings fan knows that. I don't have to explain it. Florida State, North Carolina, they burnt it into our memories. But again, they catch it super aggressive. There's nobody in the middle of the field in the second level. So once this left guard seals here. Once that left guard pulls and seals here, it's over. There's nobody there. It's tough. I wish it were a different way, but sometimes when you live by the sword, you gotta die by it. We are very good versus man coverage. We know that. Here, trips bunch on the hash. This is two guys clearing out, going deep. With Restrepo running that quick whip route, which is just supposed to be really shallow, like 2 yards, one step inside. He had safety help over the top and his man coverage that everybody's been bracketing him pretty much all year. So smartly, correctly, he sees it in the middle of the field and just crosses face, keeps his balance, and now he shoots upfield for the big game. But just the route, the route concept there, setting up Restrepo in space. He's able to just eat that leverage and make something else happen. So everybody knows he has two guys on him, and now boom, upfield. I hate going on in the center, bro. Y'all know that. I wish them days were dead. But it worked out here, at least on this 4th down and 1 play. It didn't work out a lot, but just what was 2 tight ends and then three linebackers? I mean, three linebackers, excuse me. 3 extra old linemen. I mean, it was heavy set personnel, and Mark Fletcher was able to just break a tackle and fall forward for that 1st down. 11 personnel. You start 4 wide here with Cam McCormick split out. He's going to jet motion across. You get that whole pull action. It's making everybody think it's a run play. McCormick usually is going towards the point of the tackle we're trying to get, but we slip him underneath. We slip Brashard back around the reverse. Great job here from Jacoby getting out here, but everybody wants to see it, and everybody's already seen it. Here's Francis Malinoa, our freshman tackle out there leading the way. He had some moments in pass protection where it weren't so great, but this is just a super flash from here. Just obliterates this guy like Exodia. Look at that flex, boy. Crazy. Love the design here because every trend on tape tells us that we're running the way McCormick is going. So that's a good way to you see the flow of that defense. Look at everybody go left because that's just been such an indicator for us that we've been going McCormick's way on the run. And then here's our freshman 6'6", 330-pound offensive lineman just leading the way, blowing people into next week. That's crazy. We were going stupid again. This was to my end zone. I don't know what it is, but the defense has been through physical battles all year after last week's physical game versus Florida State, followed by, every other game that they played so physical just to keep us in. Their defense is slanting over. We're in that 3-down lineman again. We have our linebacker Carson. Then you have Malinoa replacing him. So we're slanting that way. So it just kind of just went perfect with that play call for that stretch to open up that hole. And there they go way downfield. Very frustrated giving up a 3rd and 9, but it is what it is. It's football. It's going to happen. They have trips here to the field side. They're going to try to send someone deep up the seam on Damari, which would be his responsibility. While you have to Corey Couch, who's just basically trying to reroute people in the middle of the field, which is going towards Cam. That's why you see him playing with this technique of his back inside. See him shoot down from here. He's dropping underneath, shooting out. Just trying to get hands-on routes here while it's Cam Kitchens in the middle. So yeah, Corey's trying to reroute, but Cam's sitting over the top here because he has to make sure they don't blow past his freshman corner. You have to have eyes over the top of him. You got to make sure, even though Damari's been playing well, as a safety, that's your responsibility to make sure you don't have your freshman out there one-on-one on the island or how to step up and make a tackle. I don't know if you guys seen it at home, and when the full game comes out, this is going to be something I'm looking for. But this was the weirdest and stupidest thing I've seen. Actually, let me not even say that because ACC refs have passed that with the safety calls. But bro, this man tries to diamond release, get Damari to go outside, which he does, has to come back around, but still is able to make that tackle behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, behind the line of gain. Excuse me. Great job from Damari recovering and tackling. He was definitely scared of Cam. He did not want to go that way. Let's be real. Damari tackles this boy easily 2 yards down. These people picked up the football and put it like 3 yards ahead. They put it like right here. You guys could not see it. And they respotted it. Like, bro, it was insane, bro. Literally, Coach Mario was on the field screaming at these refs because what the hell were they doing? The announcers were like, what the hell? Like, bro, it made no sense, bro. Like, how the hell did y'all just move that football like way over here and then moved it back? They look so stupid, bro. 3rd and 1, they're able to get that H-back and tight end across the formation again. Our linebacker's in here. He's going to take the run. So it's just whether you can get this ball out to your tight end before that DA sacks you or not, even though this guy falls down. Thankfully, negating a bigger play. We're in man here. You see TC flowing across. They get the misdirection going this way with the jet motion. They get the handoff going, which obviously gets flagged because he goes back. Then here comes the dump off. Again, just masterful on 3rd down, in my opinion, from the new coach at Louisville. They attacked us well. I got to move on. Too high. More tape for the young guy to learn. You got to make this tackle. He held him, he wrapped him up, he span around. This guy definitely fought through this tackle. We just got to make it one-on-one in space because you can't allow him to get that 1st down. Obviously, you want to play these young players because Damari's probably going to start for us next year. Take these little lumps now so they're ready to roll. Again, killing us with the aggressiveness and the man and all these blitzes that we do. They're just going to have the tight end block, then release. There's nobody left. It's man coverage. You have Jadaeus Richardson clearing on the slant from this guy. There's nobody there. Just delayed, easy pop pass. That's a great play call. And they took us, they had a great game plan to go against us. I have to give Louisville credit. I mean, this is super creative. Block, then release. Going against everything that we do on defense, the fast, the aggressiveness, the man coverage, everything we've done, all year, and it's been working out well for us. Louisville was able to, X and O and scheme that up against them. While the defense didn't play as well as the standard we're used to, they still had those flashes of play. Here, missing Leonard Taylor, obviously everybody can see the difference when our D-line doesn't have him. But you see Jared Harrison Hunt doing a great job blowing this left guard back, to blow up this play. Flag's going to clean it up by ducking underneath a line. Love the way he ducks underneath this lineman, by the way. Trying to get to the 2nd level, avoids him, comes through the close for the TFL. Dean gets there, everybody gets there, but starts with JHH blowing that up in the backfield. This time we give Louisville a taste of their own medicine, catching them an aggressive look. We have our trips bunched here to the field, to the near side, so you got a lot of bodies over here. We're going to catch them on a nickel blitz coming off the edge, and this guy's going to wrap all the way around, pretty much run himself out the play once McCormick is just enough for him, so Mark can go ahead and get this football. 11 over pursues, so he has this entire gap here, and then Mark Fletcher hits that hole, and then rightfully so, he bounces it outside. The safety was inside. Obviously, he gets tracked down here. Everybody knows it, but it was a potential touchdown play. He's a 230-pound back moving down the sideline. Speed, agility, power. Now we're seeing some improvement on the vision. Last week, we all noted, there was one hole he could have bounced outside. Now he does so here. They're going to be hating, so they call him a dog out. But he was out, let's be real. By the time Buddy's pulling him the whole way, getting him out of bounds. But then you go next play, under center. I hate the under center, but on the goal line, it's cool. Stonewall, then powers through. This is a grown man as a freshman already powering through. Shout out to Mark Fletcher in the future. He has 2 more years here, Canes family. Love the nose bird's eye view here. Just literally runs right into the next Cooper and then powers through into the end zone. Again, when you're playing that 3-3-5, when you're lining your linebacker on the edge, it's super important that they can maintain that edge. Here's KJ Cloyd engaged with this lineman, keeping the outside contained, makes the line running back have to cut up. Lichtenstein almost got from the backside, but great job here from Chance Williams, riding, power, disengaging, and then helping make this tackle in the backfield with KJ Cloyd. Good snap there and run defense. Wish we saw more of it, but got to point it out what you've seen it because Chance Williams had a quiet year. But when he's in, he has made some things happen. Love, no mistake how Louisville just came out here and was like, hey, we're going to play man. We're not going to do all the stuff that it's been super successful against you guys. We're going to go 2 man under. So we run a simple, pattern against man coverage, a simple man beater that everybody's been running for a long time, just 2 slants and the wheel out the backfield. Here's Riley Williams. He's 6'7". He takes a lot of space. He's running an actual slant and just runs into this guy, so it's not PI. But here goes, free him up. Oldest concept in the books is free against man. Love to see Mark Fletcher getting involved out of the backfield. We were finally trying to build something off these screens. We've been throwing the screen. We try to fake that screen right now to Kobe Young, and we release Riley Williams and Restrepo up the sideline. However, this is just a whiff from Malinoa. This is probably his worst rep of the year. Doesn't really get anything on this guy. Would rather him just hold them or do anything, but just loses this rep clean. And TBD has to fake this, screen to Kobe Young to make it real. So he's not able to feel that free blitzer, which he shouldn't have in a second. But he's basically just starting to look into his progression and just gets walloped and blindsided. So Noah fan just got to do better on that. He's looking to his leader, Matt Lee, and then Matt Lee just lets him know, hey, bro, that's on you. Just got to have a better rep than this. Freshman had a big moment I talked about earlier, but, man, that was rough. CTBD's already been dealing with some injuries. That ball almost came out. It could have been a critical fumble at that point in the game, but still a hard-ass tackle. You never want your quarterback getting blinded like that. That ball was so close to popping out. Another mistake here. The only thing I can think of that would make this happen is if he thinks flag's coming on a blitz. But West jumps on that on that running back, which allows this tight end to just literally release right up the sideline. Not even anything special, just a slant wheel. They're trying to rub West with his corner, and they didn't even have to because he just shot underneath it to go to that running back. So the quarterback said, hell yeah, I'm going to throw that and take that all day. So again, got to clean up that miscommunications. We had a couple on this. Camp saved us the first time. This time, UL was able to capitalize on it. This hurts. This is an empty set. They have a quad look, so they have a tight end in line, 3 receivers, and another backside receiver. James Williams is coming over the top, cover this tight end in man coverage. You have an extension from him, which kind of pushes him straight into this ref, which is going to give that quarterback all the space he needs to fit this ball in. So you see James bump into this ref. Great job here from Moten and our other defensive lineman coming in with some pressure, which allows, makes that Louisville quarterback jump outside the pocket. He's able to throw a dime. That hurt. Good throw on the run. And here comes they put the Wildcat quarterback in, bro, and just defense just didn't have their game. Missed tackle there, but just, man, they didn't have their game. This was the one game this year where I was really disappointed with the defense's play. I can't say that all year besides this one. Louisville's going to bring the guy off the edge who's going to widen Jalen Rivers out. Here comes the second-level defender. So you have one coming inside free between. There's just no one to count for him between Jalen and Cohen. Mark Fletcher just has to make him miss in the open field. Then next, here comes this safety coming down. Boom. So 2 people missing in the open field. Mark Fletcher is special, ladies and gentlemen. This is why 2x2 set motion across. So lets TBD know, hey, it's most likely a zone coverage. You get trips now here to the field side. This was a gotta have it, big time throw, fitting it in between to 0. I mean, this was tight. You got X coming in across the middle, and this guy ended up sitting. He didn't follow, so TVD had to put some mustard on this ball. Great job here from Rashard Smith getting past the sticks. So when he had to come down, he sees a yard or two past. When he came down, forward progress had him right at the line. Great job there. For the young receivers, always check that out. You want to get past the line of game, so just in case you have to come back down to the football, just like Bashard did, that ball's on that yellow line, first down. This hurt because I really wanted us to go for it. TVD's playing well, but I get it. You don't want him to throw a pick here or anything going wrong for that. He just got blindsided, but, running on 3rd and 11, we made the field goal harder. We lost 4 yards here. Thankfully, Andy's as knockdown as possible. Drops another 50-yarder on us today, but man, I would have liked to see at least something going on there, as far as some creativity or just the need to want to do it. But I get it, close game. You want to protect the 3 points. Theoretically, they're probably right. That's why they get paid more money. But damn, man, TVD was playing well. Why not just take a chance? This is rough. This is just a simple slant bubble concept caught in man. And since the quarterback seen this whole action, he threw the guy in front of him so he can get a head full of steam. This is Kevin Coleman, was once going to commit to Miami, then went to Jackson State. Now he's at Louisville after Dion left. But, man, people clowning to Corey and Jaden. But, man, bro, you're in man coverage. You're literally not looking at anything. You're just listening to what the commentator said. Cam Kinchins, I need you to be the eraser here. You have to find a way to push this guy out of bounds. You had the sideline there. You can't let him slip through for the 58-yard touchdown. Just being real, Cam has to make that play. But, man, you're not seeing this at all. Corey knows this wheel's coming. He's looking at the quarterback throw it. So he's not even looking at his man yet. He's looking at the quarterback. He knows what's coming. He understands the concept. He's a fifth-year senior. He knew what they were trying to do. However, he wasn't just able to move out the way in time to run with Jaden. So that was a big hit. I know that hurt because when you're not ready for it, those ones hurt. Again, 2x2 set. They were playing zone coverage again. Let's move the guy in motion. Move Rashard in motion. Got trips here. Help TVD read these coverages. Make the defense show something where they come out with the motion. And now you have Bashard wheeling behind, but X is just crossing face. He's trying to get on this big post. Noah doesn't have his best rep here on the outside. So TVD steps up. He steps up, feels the pressure, but instead of taking off or just chucking it down to a check down or whatever, he finds X over the top, who was by far, he was coasting and then turned on that speed once he started going across face. So great job. You'll see it here, but TVD eyes down. This is a far throw, 30, 40 yards in the air on a dot. Great job here by Restrepo. He continued to work with his quarterback, and then great job by TVD. So you see how he's just running right at this safety, eye contact. Now I'm posting. So what's so important is that you keep that steam going. You have this safety, think, everything's handled. He's running straight towards him, and the next thing you know, no indication, I'm going over your head. So by the time he's trying to get back, it's too late. Boom, ball's right over your head. Love this from Zero. This is off script. He's trying to do a little slant inside. TVD has some pressure, so he's starting to move in. You see some, defensive linemen start pushing back. So he's literally Rashard Smith working with his quarterback because his quarterback's rolling out or, backing up, looking for an outlet. And he throws a freaking dart right where it has to be, away from his body, where Rashard Smith could extend and catch that ball. And he did a great job because he wasn't able to securely catch that nose of that football. He had one hand on the nose and one hand on the booty. And he was able to hold that through. So great job here from Rashard Smith, even stretching out as well. So, man, if we want to get into this is obviously the slant here to Restrepo, just an errant throw. The safety's in the middle of the field. Don't know if you saw him behind this ref, but just an errant throw. If you throw that ball low, I'm pretty sure X catches that ball regardless of the safety help coming over the top. But there wasn't really much for him to go over here. Don't say, oh, man, you should have looked this way. X was probably his best option. Just got to get that ball with a chance to him because I'm pretty sure X taking any hit. There's a bunch of pass interferences. They skipped over this, unfortunately, in the condensed game. Can't wait to see the full game going. This is the last one here. It's Jacoby George. And Growl getting some tugs here. This guy had tugged him earlier. This is what got us into the red zone. No flag. This ended up being crucial that we ended up getting this unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which packed us up 15 yards. So when Louisville was supposed to take over on the 3-yard line, it gave them cushion to the 20. So when we took the ball over, which is crazy because I'm walking out the stadium, looking on my phone, and here comes Tyler Van Dyke. Once I heard the ball was getting snapped on the 50, me and my dad stopped because we're like, yo, Tyler Van Dyke can throw 50 yards. He can throw more than that. He's going to throw this 58 yards into the end zone here. Probably more than that because, someone jumps at his highest point. But he's standing at the 42 when he launches his ball. So he throws it 58 yards at least in the air. It was definitely not going to land right here. Probably land a couple yards back in the end zone. But it's a volleyball thing. The ball gets tipped out. We miraculously catch it. X is trying to catch off. X gets it off the rebound. And as he pins it to his helmet, there's 5, 6, 7 Louisville defenders just looking right at him. So he's not able to break free or pitch it back or do anything like that to get the game going. But incredible effort. Literally fought to the last second, down to the 4th-yard line on a Hail Mary play. But this is rough, bro. I love saying that we fought hard, and it's true, we did. And as a fan that respects the team's fight because of last year, I was at those home games versus Middle Tennessee, Duke, Florida State, Pittsburgh. We got blown out in every single one of them. So I do respect that, and I do see the improvement. But at the same time, I understand the other argument where that should be a given that your team should be fighting to the end. Your team should be, you should not be getting blown out at home. We were just so bad last year. Don't let that, I don't get it. Like, don't let that standard slip by just because we're playing hard now. So yeah, we do have to win some games. We started off 5-1. We're 6-5 now. We're sliding down. We're bowl eligible, but hopefully we get this dub next week versus Boston College and just try to keep moving and building in the right direction. Go Canes.